2010, which was his last win actually. And he fights once a year, doesn't he? And you see him. Hopefully, he's going to be in some sort of decent shape now. But Liakovic at his best gives Wilder a great fight. But the Liakovic that we see nowadays, I can't really see him going past 6 rounds.
Looks in good shape. He's been working with a body snatcher, Mike McCallum, in Vegas for a couple of months, based in Arizona. Originally from Belarus, and I think he took Elenius into the later rounds. I think he took Jennings into the later rounds as well, which just gives me a little impression he might have the ability to stay around a bit.
They're good fighters, but they're not as aggressive and they're not as devastating a puncher as Wilder. I think it's all set up for Wilder to get an early finish. I'm expecting Wilder to finish him within 4 rounds. If Liakovic goes beyond that, I think he's done very, very well. I don't think he has much ambition left. That's the way I feel.
Is there a bit of you that is interested in what might happen if Liakovic manages to nail Wilder?
Oh yeah, I got my little suspicions, haven't I? My little theories that Wilder can't take a punch, and it'd be good to see him take a shot, see if he does absorb a punch. But I think once Wilder goes out to start landing that big right hand, I can't see Liakovic wanting to be too ambitious.
Okay, the White Wolf he is nicknamed. And now let us cross over for the entry of Deontay Wilder.
Undefeated record of 28-0. All 28 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2008 United States Olympic team, Deontay Wilder.
Well, there you get a look at 27-year-old Deontay Wilder. It took 27 years to make that mask, too, I believe. He won the bronze medal at the Beijing Olympics back in 08. 4-year professional career. He's still considered to be something of a work in progress, but he has been fighting steadily, albeit against a low level of competition. He was, as we mentioned earlier, both a football and a basketball player. He turned pro in boxing, or turned to boxing, I should say, at 21. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic. He's got all those tools, but he did have very few amateur fights, and so he's kind of learning on the job. The question he needs to answer tonight is stamina, and does he have it? He's never had to go beyond 5 rounds, and he's in there with a guy, as you pointed out, Steve, that if nothing else should give him some work. And in the heavyweight division, anything can happen. So take us behind the numbers on Deontay Wilder.
Well, you certainly don't see a record like that very often. For Wilder, cameo appearances. He's knocking everybody out. Everybody placed in front of him. He's averaged only 1.7 rounds per fight, and he's never seen the 5th round. You again, since the beginning of 2011, Wilder's fought 14 times. Blachowicz has fought 4 times. Warning, Blachowicz isn't likely to be given time to work off the rust. And who dat? A lot's been made of the quality of Wilder's opposition, and rightfully so. Say what you want about where Blachowicz may be, but he's at least a small step up for Wilder.
So that's the setup for a main event. Deontay Wilder, Sergei Liakovic, both heavyweights, 10 rounds or less. And with that, let's take you up to the center of the ring once more. And the ring announcer, Joe Martinez, for the formal introductions. Joe?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Fantasy Springs Resort Casino here in Indio, California, this is the ShowBox New Generation main event of the evening. 10 rounds scheduled for the WBC Continental Americas Heavyweight Championship. Brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions in association with Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, and Showtime. This bout is sanctioned by the WBC with supervisor in attendance Craig Hubble, under the auspices of the California State Athletic Commission Executive Officer Andy Foster and Chairman John Frierson. Our 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside on the 10-point must system. From Bassett, California, Ray Corona. From Tustin, Max DeLuca. And from Huntington Beach, Dr. James Jenkin. And when the action begins inside the ring, your referee in charge, Thomas Taylor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are ready and the fighters are ready. Indio, California, make some noise if you are ready! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing green trunks, trimmed in red, he weighed in officially 232 pounds. This veteran brings an outstanding record consisting of 25 victories, 5 defeats, and 16 knockout wins. Fighting out of Scottsdale, Arizona by way of Belarus, here is the former WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Sergei, the White Wolf Liakovic. makes his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing camouflage trimmed in bronze. He weighed in 224 pounds even. His professional record stands perfect. 28 bouts, 28 victories, 28 knockout wins. He is a 2008 Olympic bronze medalist representing the USA from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Here is the undefeated Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder.
Sergei, give me a glove. Deontay. Gentlemen, I've gone over the instructions in the dressing room. I want to remind you, protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up, back to your corner.
The numbers for this one, Wilder 10 years younger, but more significantly, he has a 6-inch reach advantage. And if you can't get past Wilder's telephone pole jab, you probably can't get close enough to hit him. And the rules, same as we've had in our first 2 fights, no standing gate, no 3 knockdown rule. The ref or doctor can stop the fight. You can't be saved by the bell in any round. And if there's an accidental foul that brings a stoppage before the start of 4, no decision. After that, we go to the cards, Barry.
All right, round 1, and Nicolai comes in here stone cold dry. Has not broken a sweat, and that's always a concern for me. Flash knockdowns happen often when you see a fighter come in like this.
Well, Blachowicz, he's an experienced fighter. Even though he hasn't been active, he's still a veteran, and he's seen a lot of things in boxing, been put in certain situations that Deontay Wilder hasn't seen.
Deontay Wilder, remember, he's the last American male to win an Olympic boxing medal. That came in 2008. And Blachowicz fought in the '96 Olympics for his home country of Belarus. He's the only professional world champion from Belarus.
Was talking to us about the fact there's a very talented amateur in Belarus now. We may see somewhere down the road.
And professional experience, by the way. Blachowicz, 181 rounds to go with those 30 fights. Wilder, because he's knocking everybody out so quickly, only 49 rounds.
Wilder wouldn't mind going some rounds in this fight, but he, of course, said, if I can clip him, I'm going to clip him.
Yeah, he said he wants to relax and just, establish his jab. And, he said if the knockout comes, it comes. If it doesn't, then I go the rounds. That's what his trainer, Mark Brilliant, said. 1984 Olympic gold medalist, world champion, and they're built the same. They're tall and lanky.
Yeah. Speaking of trainers, Blachowicz working now with Mike McCallum, the body snatcher. His 3rd trainer in as many fights, but he said what McCallum has been working on, obviously, is going to the body, and he wants to do that more tonight. Good, quick left hand shown by Wilder. There's a right hand, drives Blachowicz into the ropes. Down he goes. And it's over. Just like that. Hello, goodbye.
Stay, Sergei. Sergei, stay. Don't move, buddy. You're okay. Stay right here. Stay right here.
They're telling Blachowicz stay down. He wants to get up. He was shaking when he went down. Nervous reaction.
Yeah, that was scary. He was right in front of us, Barry, and he was spasming when he went down.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's okay now, or appears to be okay. He is communicating with the referee. Wants to get up, but they'll keep him down, and as they should. In the meantime, what can you say about Deontay Wilder? I mean, that was jab, bang, bang.
It's really the first right hand he threw.
And he wasn't even looking for it. He was just trying to establish his jab, and now that's 29 knockouts, 29 wins.
They will still tend to Blachowicz. And he is communicating with the doctor and with the referee. They will keep him down. Paramedics coming into the ring now, too.
Yeah, they're bringing a stretcher in, probably to immobilize him for safety reasons. Let's hope that's it.
Absolutely, and they're doing a great job. Here it is again.
Well, he caught him with a hook there, but that's not the punch. Watch the jab, right hand. And then once Blachowicz went to the ropes, that was it. And look at Blachowicz's reaction. Look at his left and right, his feet.
Yeah, ugly, one of those ugly knockdowns.
Yeah,
what a shot.
That was full force with the right hand.
Sure was, and caught him bouncing off the ropes, too.
Full force, great balance. Look at him.
Even that jab forced him into the ropes.
Good thing the other right hand missed him. He was already down there. That second right hand he threw.
Well, Lahovic is right above us, and he does look at least clear-eyed.
Yeah, he's sitting up. They'll get an ice bag on his back. He wants to stand
Look at
up,
that reaction, though, of Barry. That was very, very scary.
Yes, it was. Good job again by the referee Taylor to step in.
Let me get your water, okay? Let's get him some water.
Well, again, you know, I hate to go back and say it, but he came in here without having broken a sweat, and it took a minute and 40 seconds.
We know Lahovic was past his prime. That's not what this fight was about. What it was about was trying to get Wilder some rounds against an experienced guy. He didn't get that. If this was a baby step up, he made a big statement, a monster statement, taking that baby step.
Do you have a headache or anything? You okay? No? Okay.
And these are the U.S. heavyweight hopes. We've talked about it since about 1753. There hasn't been a U.S. heavyweight worth talking about. Well, these are the ones we're talking about now. Brian Jennings has sort of come out of nowhere to perhaps lead, although these fighters are listed alphabetically. Seth Mitchell, well, he avenged his loss to Jonathan Banks, and he's going to tackle the heavyweight who used to head this list, Chris Arreola, on September 6th. And Andy Ruiz, perhaps the least known of this group, but he got a very big win a couple of weeks ago against Joe Hanks, who was 21-0. And Malik Scott, he's been around a long time, just lost under somewhat controversial circumstances to Derek Chisora of England. And then you have Wilder. You see now he goes to 29-0. And in terms of pure punching power, I don't think there's a doubt which fighter belongs first on this list.
No, I agree. He's going to start to open some eyes. I don't think there's any question about it. Here are the numbers, Steve.
Yeah, the numbers pretty meaningless here because it really was one right hand that did the damage. No one has ever done this to Sergei Lahovic before, and I think that's the underlying meaning of this fight.
Well, it was an impressive win for Wilder, to be sure, regardless. I mean, Lahovic, at the very least, has been in there with some really good guys. Let's make it official now. We'll go to the center of the ring once more. Joe Martinez with the announcement. Joe?
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially. 1 minute, 43 seconds. Round number one. Referee Thomas Taylor calls a halt to the contest. Your winner by KO victory, recording his 29th straight victory, 29th straight knockout win, and still the WBC Continental